Are you fed up of taking L's after L's? You see a sneaker you want, you enter the draw, and you're just still taking L's. You go onto Instagram and you see that same guy hitting 5, 10, 20, or even 100 pairs, and you're wondering how. Well, this is all through sneaker botting. So let's talk about what is sneaker botting and the best sneaker bots you can buy today. So how you can start sneaker botting. Well, first you have to understand what sneaker botting is. Sneaker botting is one big game, one big puzzle that takes ages to solve and is forever changing. It's not as simple as pressing one button and copying 5, 10, 20 pairs, and if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. A sneaker bot simply will only do what you tell it to do. I know that sounds obvious, but let me break it down a little. If you have 10 entries going into a raffle and you enter them all off different phones and all manually, and you enter then same 10 accounts into another raffle with the bot, you still have the exact same chances as you do as you entered manually as you do as entering botting. In fact, you probably actually have better chances entering manual because they're probably better quality entries. However, what a bot does allow you to do is you don't have to spend 2 hours sitting there changing your phone, changing your IP address, changing your email, logging into different accounts. A bot will do this all for you in seconds. And it also allows you to enter 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 1,000 entries if you really wanted to. And this is the same with first come first serve bots. It will simply do what a person would normally do, but thousands of times. You trying to manually add to cart, check out, a bot can do this hundreds of times and a lot faster than the manual person. So that gives you really big opportunities to 1, cop a lot of pairs, and 2, if done correctly, be very, very profitable. So what bots should you buy in the year of 2024? Times have changed and bots are always changing, but I think of bots like sport athletes. Very weird comparison, I know. But what I mean by that is there is no athlete that's the best at all sports. You have one athlete best at one sport and another athlete best at another sport. This is like the same with sneaker bots. One sneaker bot could be the best for one site, such as Nike sneakers, but not the best for other sites such as Size and Offspring. So you've got to find the bot that actually works best on the site. Not only that, you've got to find a site that suits you preferably. If you're a person that has many addresses and many unique details, then you could target a site like Nike or Sneakers or Size and Foot Patrol that are quite strict with the address allowance, so you will need multiple addresses if you want multiple accounts. But if you are stuck for addresses and cards, you'll probably want to look more on the first come first serve, like botting Office and Offspring where Uggs restock and so on. So you'll be wanting a first come first serve bot that is good for Office and Uggs and other sites like this. Now let's talk about what bot you should buy. Now a quick disclaimer for this, I am not being paid to say any of these bots. And if you are watching this 1 or 2 years since this video was published, there's a good chance that the bots I'm talking about now might be not as good or better. We do not know. It is forever changing. But if you're watching it within the year, it's most likely a very, very good brief on what bots are performing the best at the moment. So let's look at bot number 1 that I would recommend. And this bot is called Adonis. Compared to a lot of sneaker bots, it's fairly new. I think it's been running for about 2 years now. This bot focuses on a range of different sites, predominantly the first come first serve side, especially performs well on Office and Offspring, but also actually supports some raffles such as Size launches, Foot Patrol, and even End launches. Now I personally have used Adonis quite a lot and it's one of my go-to bots to use, especially for first come first serve. It's ran by 2 great owners who are always willing to help you guys out, which is a big factor for me, and also they're generally very nice active people. If something's wrong with the bot, they will update it very, very fast. I will pop up all of the sites that Adonis does support. It's a very good bot, and a good thing about Adonis is there's no initial fee. A lot of bots will charge £100 to £200 initial and then have a monthly renewal fee. However, Adonis only costs €40 a month, so if you want to try it for 1 month and you don't really like it too much, you can just simply cancel it, and at least you're not losing loads of money like a lot of bots would with the initial fee. I did reach out to one of the owners from Adonis to ask how their bot has been performing recently, and just to put this in perspective, last year in 2023 they had exactly 2398160 checkouts in the month of 2023. Now I don't even know what that number is on screen, but it's a lot of checkouts, proving that the bot is performing very, very well and also has users that run the bot regularly, so it's a very good bot to consider in buying in 2024. So pros of this bot being that it only costs €40 a month and it's also a very good first come first serve shout. Overall, a really, really good bot, supporting some raffles and some first first come first serve. Not that there's any big negatives I can think of this bot, but the only one being that it is a CLI bot. This means that it's not a GUI graphic user interface, it is simply looking like code when you run the bot. It's still really easy to run once you get used to it, but I do know some people prefer a graphical user interface because it can be a bit more beginner friendly. However, you probably want to learn CLI anyway, just because it's easier to run, faster, more mechanical, and yeah, you'll have a lot more fun. But that is definitely the first come first serve bot I would recommend if you want to get into first come first serve botting. As mentioned, all of the links for these bots will be down in the description below, so you can actually do your own research as well. Now that is a first come first serve bot. Let's look at Nike sneakers bots. I am actually going to be doing a separate video about Nike sneakers botting, but here's a brief overview of what bots you should be looking at. If you don't know, and if you already know a little bit about sneakers, you would know that Hue Sneakers has actually shut down recently, which is probably the most well-known commercialized sneakers bot. Nike Sneakers as a bot dev is probably the hardest to bot because of so many updates they do, so a lot of bots will just purely be a Nike Sneakers bot. So here is some options for you. First one being TSB, and this is probably the most well-known one with the biggest following, and TSB only supports obviously the Nike and Sneakers app, but it has also a lot of modules within TSB. So you actually have the restock module, so if something restocks on Nike, obviously you have the enter the drawers module, you have restock monitoring, so you can leave TSB running and if something restocks it'll cop it for you. Loads of different features for that. Not only that, I've actually had a test of their 2.0 beta module that is releasing very soon, probably released by the time you're watching today's video. This is actually creating their own browser humanized module. So like USneakers was a browser bot, TSB is also implementing this as well, and it's making it as easy as you can to transfer from USneakers to TSB, because you can actually import USneaker sessions, put them straight into TSB, and you're ready to start botting. TSB is a graphic user interface, so it's very easy to use, very nice looking, and they're also upgrading this for 2.0 as well. And like I said, it's looking like a great contender for the best sneakers bot going. Some other options for Nike sneakers bot, you have Tyrannus. Now I can't really talk too much about Tyrannus because I personally haven't used the bot. However, I have heard some good reviews on it, so maybe one to put on your list to check out and do some of your own research. Kodai has been around for a while, and this also does Nike and Sneakers app as well. I've heard some good reviews off them. It works, it does alright. Yeah, maybe one that you could check out. Kodai is actually one of the only bots that supports Nike and Sneakers, but also does support a lot of other sites as well. Don't let that fool you though, because like I said before, you want the best bot for certain modules rather than the bot that does all the modules, because it probably won't work as well. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out on that one and keep that onto your Nike Sneakers radar. Now, if you're looking for a complete raffle bot, I suggest looking at the bot called Novum. If anyone is an OG sneaker botter, you'd actually know them as Flare Raffles back in the day. However, Novum, essentially the owners and the devs of Flare Raffles, just recreated it and rebranded it into Novum. Novum, a great raffle bot, supports 50 plus different raffle sites, even your skate stores, your EU raffles, loads of different UK raffles, size, mesh and all that, and also has now introduced a couple things into tickets. Novum is personally the raffle bot I use for all of my raffles, so definitely one that you should look into. They have a good support team around them. The devs are always updating whenever something is wrong, very active, which is really nice to see. Now, as mentioned, all of these bots are changing. New bots come on the scene, bots start to go. It's very different. So an easy way you can find out what bot is currently working the best at the time of watching is getting yourself into a decent cook group. Now, I've actually left a 7-day free trial into my cook group if you want this, and this is a place where you can ask all of these questions, get all the sneaker information that you need, and we have proven to teach hundreds of different members the exact same thing, whether that's sneaker botting, how to start, what proxies to buy, how to set up, what releases are upcoming. Everything you need to know about sneakers will be within KaiKicks Apprentice, and most importantly, you have one-on-one support, so you can ask, right, I want to bot this site, what bot should I get at the moment? We are here to help you with all of that, and plus it's free, so just join today. If you don't like it, cancel it, you'll never be charged a penny. You may as well try it for 7 days. But yeah, top link down in the description. Now let's move on to what you actually need to start botting. So firstly, you will need a sneakers bot, and as mentioned, they will range anywhere from £20 to £200, and they'll have a monthly fee as well, so that can be £20 a month, £30 a month, £10 a month, something around that, so keep them costs in mind. You will need proxies. Now, proxies really range from how much you're actually going to use. You can only spend £10 a month on proxies, but you can also quite easily spend £100 to £200 a month on proxies. Really depends on how much you use. For example, if you're using Resis work like mobile data. You'll have 5 gigabytes of mobile data a month. The more you watch stuff, the more you go on your mobile data, the faster it will go down. This is completely relevant for botting as well. The more tasks you're running, the more you're using it, how long you're running it for, your data will go down quicker. But if you're not using much of it, 2 gig of data, which only costs about 15 to 20 pounds, can last you actually months. There's your brief costs of proxies. Next, yep, you will need a computer, whether that's a laptop, whether that's a PC, anything that can run a sneakers bot. Unfortunately, there are no well-known good bots out there that can just purely be ran off your phone. Your phone is not powerful enough to be running hundreds of tasks. You need something with some power, like a computer or PC. Now, if you have a fairly modern PC, maybe a £400 to £500 laptop or a £300 to £500 computer, you should be able to run sneaker bots just fine. On a beginner level, if you want to start botting, you have a laptop that works, you have a computer that works, you can start the bot and, you can learn how to start sneaker botting. For people who want to take botting really seriously, who bother about internet speed, who bother about how fast everything is running and so on, then yes, you might need a more powerful PC, or you might want to run a server. Think of a server like you controlling a different PC somewhere around the world that's very powerful, but you're actually controlling it off your own computer. But we're mainly talking on a beginner level, so if you have a PC or laptop, you're probably fine. But bear in mind, most bots are Windows based. Some of the bots do not support Mac, so if you do have a Mac computer, you will need to run a Windows server, which I might make a video on in the future. And most importantly, you need to put some time into botting, okay? Botting does take time to learn. You're not going to buy a bot and be able to cop hundreds of pairs in the first week of using it. It's just not how it works. Now let's look at the negatives. We talked about the pros, how much money you can make, how much money I have made, Sneaker Boy. Let's talk a little bit about the negatives. We have to put things into consideration, because if botting was easy, everyone would be doing it and everyone would be rich, and that's not the case. But yeah, I do not want to put you off botting from these negatives. It can be very lucrative. It's made me a lot of money. It's made a lot of my members a lot of money sneaker botting. But here are some things you just should consider. The upfront cost, we've talked about it. Proxies, sneakers bot, it can add up to a little bit of money. If you are new to sneakers, I don't suggest you get into sneaker botting straight away. I actually suggest you go into manual sneaker flips, you get into my cook group, like I said, 7-day free trial down below. You can actually make a lot of money manual sneaker reselling. This is entering raffles manually, going for the restocks that we monitor, doing brick flips and so on. You can actually make a lot of money from this before you get into sneaker botting. Next negative being, if you have a sneakers bot, that doesn't mean you're going to cop straight away. The sneakers bot will only do what you tell it to do, okay? So you will need to put a bit of time into it to start making some money. Another negative being, like I said before, you aren't going to spend a bit of money before you make a bit of money. And that does mean, unfortunately, that you might be down £200-300 for the first couple months learning how to sneakers bot, but it also could mean that you might spend £200 the first month and make £500 the first month. You just have that upfront cost. That being said, you are relying on releases, okay? There has to be releases for you to make money. So you might make loads of money one month, but the next month you might actually not be any releases and you might struggle to make your costs back that month. So it is supply and demand. And the last negative being, I do suggest you have a fair bit of capital behind you before you start sneaker botting, at least the £1,000 mark, just because you're sneaker botting to cop multiple pairs, okay? You want to hit 5-10 pairs. That means you need to have the money to hit 5-10 pairs. If you don't have the money to hit 5-10 pairs, then you may as well be manual, build your way up, and then get a sneakers bot with your profits. That being said, if you want more guidance than what we talked about here, some more one-on-one support, some more help, I do really suggest joining that 7-day free trial within my group KaiKicks Apprentice, which we don't do very often, by the way. 7-day free trials are becoming more rare. Try it out, let us help you out, guys, and join today before it is too late. We are going to be posting many different tutorials every week, whether that's the best sneakers bot going, bot tutorials, what sneakers to resell in 2024. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you do not miss any. We have a massive announcement coming very, very soon, which is going to help you guys a lot. So like today's video, comment down below what you think, and any questions you do have, comment them down below. I'll try my best to answer all of them. If you want more information about the cook group, drop us a message on KaiKicks Apprentice on Instagram. That being said, good luck in your sneaker botting journey, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace out, guys.